Okay, good. Now it's recording. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to create a folder in Google Drive called Portfolio and your full name. So here I am going to Google Drive. Okay. Going to Drive. And I'm going to hit New. And I'm going to hit Folder. Okay. And I'm going to call this folder Rachel Winterberg Portfolio. Called it Rachel Winterberg Portfolio Visual Design Period 5. I'm going to hit Create. Now, I open up that folder and I'm going to create a new subfolder inside that folder. Okay. And that new subfolder is going to be called My Writing. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is up here, you're going to click Share. Okay. And you have to share it with me. So RACHWI Rach Winterberg. Okay. You can make sure it's shared with me. And then you hit Send. Okay, so now that you've shared it with me as an editor, your next step is you're going to hit Share, and then you have to change the sharing settings. So usually, let me just show you. The sharing settings are automatically going to be unrestricted. Only people added can open with this link. So you need to change that to Perth Amboy Board of Education and then change it to anyone with the link. This is very, very important. So anyone with the link can view. So you're going to click on that down arrow and you make sure that it's as a viewer, anyone with the link can view, and then you hit done. So basically what you did was you shared it so that you're the owner, but I am the editor. Okay. Rach Winterberg at paps.net is also going to be an editor, and that anyone on the internet with this link can view. When you're done doing that, you hit copy link. Once you've shared the folder with me, you're going to go here and you're going to hit get link. And you're going to copy the link. Okay. Then you go back to the assignment portfolio folder in Google Drive. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to put that link in the assignment and hit submit, because if you do that, you will lose the ability to edit that folder. So instead, you're going to go to the private comments. Okay, so you're going to go to the private comments here, and you're going to add a private comment, and that private comment is going to be the link to the folder. Okay, so it would look something like this. Okay. If you did it correctly, it will have equals sharing at the end of it. Okay. See how it says that extension USP equals sharing? That's really super important. Okay. Because that means I can open the folder. If you forget to share the folder with me and you just put the link in, I won't be able to open the folder. The other thing is, though, don't submit the folder as your assignment, because when you hit submit, you will not be able to put anything into that folder anymore, because once you submit it, you're saying it doesn't belong to you anymore, it belongs to me. By putting it in the private comments down here, now it belongs to you. Okay. you're going to download all creative work you've done since freshman year and upload it to this folder. This includes videos. So if you took Foundations of Production and Design, you worked on videos, right? And work you've created on your own outside of class. Inside the folder, put a subfolder for all your writing. So any writing you did since you started high school, like you did a paper and you got an A on it and your teacher loved it, put it in there, okay? It doesn't just have to be for language arts. It could be for social studies or any other class, okay? You may also add other subfolders to help you organize your work. If you created any personal work on your own, you may also add it to this folder. For instance, if you write poetry, you draw comic books, you draw photography, or you paint for fun, feel free to include personal artwork. Okay, a lot of students have trouble finding their artwork, so I'm going to show you how to do that. First of all, you're going to go to your Google Drive, and you're just going to put in here under type, you're going to start out by putting a videos. So you put video, and you're going to see a whole bunch of videos that you created. You might see videos that other people created, but mainly you're going to see your own videos. So what you're just going to do is you're going to start downloading them and then putting them in that folder. Don't try and necessarily move them because they might have been turned into an assignment. So it's probably easiest to just download them to your device and then put them in the folder. The other thing that you can do, though, is you can create a copy of them and then move them into the folder. That might be a little bit more tricky, but I'll show you how to do that real quick. So you just right click. You're going to make a copy. Okay. So you're going to show file location. So now you have the copy. Okay, there's the copy. Now you can right click and you can move to, and you would then find the portfolio folder and put it into there. And you would find the portfolio folder. You would click on that. And then you would say move here. So at that point, you will have moved it into your portfolio folder and you don't have to download it to your device. Next, you're going to go under type and you're going to do photos and images and see if there's any images that you created that you would like to put into your portfolio. So you would click on it, you'd right click, you'd make a copy, then once you made the copy, you would show file location. And now you have the file location, and then you do move to, and you move to your portfolio folder, which you should be able to find within Google Drive. Now, how to photograph your artwork. This is very important, okay? If you have any artwork, like a sketchbook or anything, and you want to include work for that, you're going to hold your cell phone flat over your artwork, not at an angle. So what do I mean by that? Hold your cell phone flat. A lot of times people hold it at an angle and it messes up the picture. Hold it flat, okay? We just go to the next part. Make sure the sun is not in back of you. You should be facing in the general direction of the sun, so any shadows you cast fall in back of you and not on your artwork. So if I'm looking at the sun and the sun's here, that's good, okay? If the sun's here, and I'm standing here taking artwork, I'm taking a picture of artwork, pretend this is my body, and the sun's hitting the back of my body, that means I'm casting a shadow over the artwork, okay? I don't want that. So I want to face the sun, and my hand's here. Okay. And you see how this part of my hand is lit up because it's facing the sun, and my shadow is falling in back of me. That's what I want. Anyway, make sure the sun is not in back of you. You should be facing the sun. So any shadow you cast falls in back of you and not in the artwork. If the shadow of your cell phone falls on your artwork, you may need to move the phone farther away and then crop the picture later. If you're using an iPhone, turn off live photo and turn on HD photo, okay? Hold your camera as still and flat as possible before taking the photo. Check the picture carefully to make sure it's not blurry. Try to avoid crooked photos because they make cropping the image more challenging. You're going to crop the picture and you're going to email it to yourself at full size. By emailing it, you're going to convert it from an HEIC image to a JPEG. This is very important if you happen to own an iPhone, okay? So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be putting into this folder, okay, any artwork that you've done since you started high school and any videos you've done since you started high school and any writing you've done that you got an A in and any creative work you've done whatsoever. And remember, there are a lot of categories that qualify as creative work. So if I go over here to portfolio folder in Google Drive and I go here and I go to visual design and I go to classwork, under scholarships, contests, and opportunities, it has Scholastic Art and Writing Contest, okay? So if you look at Scholastic Art and Writing Contest, you'll see here there's a lot of categories, okay? So if you go here to categories, it has art categories, architectural and design, comic art, design, digital art, drawing and illustration, editorial cartoon, fashion, film and animation. You could put in one of your animations. Painting, photography. Most of you take good photographs on your iPhones. Do that. Under writing, critical essay. A lot of you have written critical essays for language arts class. Dramatic script. If you ever took an acting class, you probably wrote a script before. Journalism. If you've ever taken any class with Miss Murillo or Mr. DeMuro, any sort of journalism class, something you wrote for that, okay? Poetry. A lot of students write poetry, short stories. Okay, so now, most of you have something somewhere that you did creatively that would fit into that I want you to start the process of collecting your work, okay? And you're going to need this stuff anyway because we're going to all be creating websites. Everybody's going to create their own personal kind of like portfolio website with their creative work on it to kind of use like as a resume, like for jobs and stuff, okay?